So we're going to start with a little bit of a idea how to position, for example, the picture. If today I'm just thinking about a half body of a meerkat, not the full body, so I look at the photo, I look at my paper, and I just visually trying to imagine, like, so where the head will be and how much of the body I'd want to fit. So, and the way I do it, just look at the photo and imagine, so if the head kind of will take this much on my paper, so we've got that's our size, then you have to everything like compare. If you gave the head this size, you think on a photo how big the head is and compare with the neck. So you see that the neck size is approximately maybe slightly more than a half of a head size, and then you go into the shoulders area, so you just going down, so, and then you see that the body actually would be like definitely until the, like, you know, paws area, it would be like 1, 2, 3, around 4 sizes of the head, so like a 4, 1, 2, 3. So I'll probably not going to be able to fit all of the, you know, this picture which is on you can see I'm using as a guidance. Or so if you think, you know, you want to get more in it, so you try to be a bit more precise. But so I can't go any higher because I see there will be whiskers and eyebrows in here. So, and when I kind of give myself a little bit of a rough idea where everything will be positioned, then I will give another idea with more of a shape already. So if I'll just holding my pencil like this without much of, like, you know, don't put too much pressure on your pencil, and just approximately, it's all will be changed. I mean, I know there's, like, you know, you say it's all like you keep on correcting your way during the drawing. So but if you think that, like, approximately eyes maybe will be here and nose will be here, so the mouth will be in here. So that's kind of face, that's kind of going to the neck and the shoulders, and we're going like this, yeah. So there is a chance to remove lines on Fisher 400, so that's you know, possible to do correction, but don't go to, like, you know, thick lines straight away, just a gentle pressure on a pencil, yeah. And since it's such a, like, you know, rough paper and got a good grip, you will see it pretty much straight away producing line. So after then, just a slight idea, so I can try even to do his paws here, just an idea a little bit. So, and you know, if you're just starting with drawing, be kind to yourself. Don't expect, like, perfection straight away. It's all coming with the practice. And the way I draw and copy, I keep on comparing. So you don't just draw eyes and look only on the eyes and nose. You keep on comparing how far eye from each other, how far eyes from the nose, the distance, is this, like, you know, the same distance like the mouth and the nose. So you keep in, by comparison, all the details, you getting to the right proportions. So the next thing I'm going to do is use a pan pastel to create an underlayer. So that's kind of thing I'm talking about. That's a pan pastel. And I cannot find the right color, the color I need, but keep on looking. Right, I don't think I'll be able to find the right color, but I can try to do a little bit of brown and then add a little bit of gray maybe, but so as this Fisher paper, Fisher 400 is quite rough paper, so I'd suggest to use something like, you know, soft tool. There are different variety of the soft tools you'll be able to find in the shop, but don't go too mad straight away. Buy a couple of sets of like little ones like this. They're almost like a makeup little brushes, and yeah, so with a gentle just dip in a pan pastel. I'm gonna move these things to show you. So you dip in a pan pastel like this, and then you're going around. So what is also you can do, what that I kind of worked out myself, so for example, if you will take 2 of those, yeah, so, and your color, this would be too dark, that's a bit lighter, so you can dip a little bit here, a little bit here, and you will, you know, already your color is not going to be as dark, right? And then we just carry on just creating under layer, and try to do the strokes straight away where the fur is. So if we're going like this, I think I'm gonna do a few lessons on a, you know, one drawing, because if I'm gonna take you like a literally every step with me without speeding up or anything, so you can do it together with me, it may be a good idea to do a few drawings. So I leave the eye area not covered, because it definitely need a darker color. So just yeah, let's carry on. Just give it a bit of a color now, so it will be always easier to working next. So what we've got here, so with this drawing, we whether can create with you sketch, which it will be, I call them sketches, the ones which are less detailed, or we can, you know, try to carry on working and create a very detailed drawing. So there's whatever you want to do, really. This Fisher, I keep on saying the wrong, Fisher 400 is quite good for the details. You can do very fine, nice details. So he's fur like this. He's got this kind of a darker area here, and then he's gonna have a light area here. They are funny creatures, aren't they, those meerkats? Why I actually decided to draw meerkats is just because my little one, he was saying, "Mummy, I promised to one of the boys in our class that you'll draw the meerkat for him." And we keep on talking about it, thinking like, you know, we need to draw it. And so, well, hopefully it will come up nice, and then we can take some photos, make some prints, and he can give it to his friend. That's cool. So just let's give it a bit of a color. You will see that those soft tools, they just literally will be flying. If you're working with a Fisher 400, it's like, you know, destroying it in no time at all. So what I think here as well, I could do with some grey color, because he's certainly have got some grey, so I'm gonna add grey straight away in here. Yeah, well, say for example, if you don't have a pan pastel, you could do an underlayer with the just normal pastels, and then you just smudge it, pastel sticks, and you keep on smudging it. Well, I just gonna leave it like this, maybe just add a bit more, and my, you know, soft tool ready to go to the bin already. I actually gonna add a bit more this black in a pan pastel. It's not really black, it's never going too black, but I can give myself a bit of a dark shade here. So it's just you know, for example, lots of pastel papers will take few layers of pastels. So this one particularly definitely going to take few layers. So don't be, you know, surprised that I'm covering, for example, the whole surface with the black, and it's not really particularly black, it's kind of dark brown, isn't it? But we gave it a little bit of a kind of shade so we know where we're working. So also a very handy thing when we start working more with the details and working, so you need a stick, something to lean your hand to. Like, so I've got that's a stick from my child's toy, one of his toys, that I know that you can actually buy the proper ones. So it's just the idea. So you put this there to the corner of your, you know, board, and kind of put the, you know, rest your hand on it. So now I'm going a bit with around the eyes area and around the nose area. So, and yeah, then I'm gonna using more and more sticks now, this hard pastel sticks, and trying to get more kind of definition, and keep on looking every time to the guidance, to the photo guide which you use. So also there's a mixture now. I'm gonna use some pencils. So it's all pastel, yeah, at the moment we're all using pastel. So I'm looking at the eyes, and again I'm comparing, I'm looking how close they are to each other, yeah. So then I'm thinking, so when it is a drawing, really just a drawing for yourself, you're not trying to do a professional portrait and copy the ideally precisely the portrait, the photograph of, like, you know, character. It's not as stressful really. You can just, you know, relax a bit more with drawings, this kind of styles like this. So yeah, I prepared a few colors here prior starting the video, and couple of pastel pencils in brown, kind of beige color, not much. And then again, all I'm drawing now, I don't give it too much pressure. Don't rush, because, you know, mistakes, well, I do a lot of mistakes when I draw. I do lots of corrections and everything. So, and even though this paper will take lots of layers, it's better not to go mad straight away. Be prepared that you need to do some corrections. So, and working a bit more with the eyes. I hope you're doing okay. So, and if you're just a beginner, as I said, don't be too strict to yourself. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna use a tool which is a blender. So there are two blending tools I usually use. Would be one is like a rubbery one, and another one is just like a, you know, paper, kind of pressed paper tool. For a long time I was using just the rubbery one, but then I discovered a very good kind of effect that the paper one does. But don't buy the very cheap one paper, buy the good one paper. They're still not expensive, but there is a difference. So, and then if we go on a color with the paper one, it give it a very nice, you know, smudge. So you don't need to do it with your fingers. On a Fisher Price you have to be careful doing it with your fingers anyway, because on a Fisher, okay, on a Fisher 400 you should be careful doing it with the fingers anyway, so because it's kind of quite rough. So we're gonna do some highlights. Again, these are not like, you know, a final highlights, but I always like to do a bit of highlights because then you can see straight away whether, like, you know, you manage to get the eye position right and everything. But then again, now I'm adding a bit of a black in the middle. I'm not trying to be like perfectly precise, and I hope you just, like, you know, feel quite relaxed about what you're doing as well. I just do a bit of kind of definition, so then I just have a look, can have a look and see whether it's coming up the way I want it. So now I'm gonna do the line under eyes, because if you will see on photo reference, he's got like a definitely light line which is showing the bottom line of his eyes, or maybe her, I don't know, is it he or her? Anyway, and do a bit more lightening in here. You see how nicely color going on the top of a dark one already. So, and we can go now on the top here. Now I'm going to be using tool, blending tool again with you, so you will see how nice it is to blend with a blending tool, like so. Now it doesn't look like natural and nice, but when I'm going to be doing the blending, it's gonna work. Telling you, it's gonna work. Right, so we've done this, and then we take that blending tool, which is a paper one. Use the paper one for now. Don't use yet the rubbery one, because a rubbery one will give you completely different effect. So this one will smudge nicely and like kind of do a nice transition of a color. So, and the rubbery one will give you a bit different blending. Right, so we need a darker brown. I'm looking at obviously at the reference, and I just go bit by bit, like so. He's got hairs like over the eyes. He's got a darker brown. Sometimes when I need to color to stay a bit, you know, in position after blending, I can use my finger. But I trained my fingers on the paper, so you may be, you know, surprised in the beginning with this Fisher 400. Let's give a little bit of that, you know, look of, you know, his fur. And then we need a lighter. Lighter. So because you can see there's to show the volume of his eyebrows here, we're going a bit lighter so that they are standing out, poking out to give this kind of light. So then we're going down to the nose, little lovely nose. So now look at the photo, look at the reference, look at your eyes you created, and see how far, for example, the nose in compare with the corner of this eye, so you get it in the right place. That's how I learned, you know, to do the portraits and guess the right position. So I don't know how this has to be done like properly, but that's how I used to do it. You compare, if this corner of the eye here, and then compare with the corner of the eye, the nose like has to be kind of here, so you're trying to get it in the right position. But as I said, again, it's not a portrait. We're not doing professional portrait here, so let's don't put too much pressure on ourselves, and just going an outline of the nose. Is obviously nostrils are darker, and then usually the nose would be a combination of blue, light blue, kind of whitish, and dark color. So the highlights a lot of times would give a kind of have a blue a little bit of light, but then you can add a bit of white, you can a bit of like, you know, distribute this color in there. So not to worry at the moment, it's just the idea. Here I'm using a bit of my rubbery blending tool. It doesn't give like this, you know, too much smudging as a paper one. So now I'm using the paper one, and I'm just gonna like smudge this bit, which is over the nose. He's got a dark bit over the nose, and then we're gonna go to the area under the nose, and then gently try to draw this little hair under the nose, and maybe do some highlights around the nose, if you can see it. I took this photo from a site where you can get free photos and you can use them for anything. So just I'd say whatever you start drawing, just when you start, make sure you got a good quality photo to look at, so you see the details, you know, and much easier. So here you can see that the hairs are much longer, like this. I think what we're gonna do with this one is carry on like in a sketch style first. I'm gonna do a little bit of blue, maybe it's a bit too blue, but don't be like, you know, surprised. It's just on this paper I need to see more definition of you know, where his you know, the hair is like finishing. So I may will add the color after or may not, but then when I've got the back with a darker color, I can draw the white, you know, light hair on it, so I see it better in one pattern. This one, like he is already colorful. You can see how many colors in there, and it's just like a mixture, and you keep on mixing it as well. So I kind of, you know, I draw what I see, and don't stick to one color. Get yourself the different shades, for example, the same brown. So let's work a little bit here with his mouth. So what I can see, if underneath this line where the his mouth line, it would be a bit wider anyway, but I'm gonna work on the chin a little bit. So that's the chin. If you see the shade under his mouth, it's kind of chin shade. And then also I'd want to add a bit more color to the mouth. So what I'm not sure did I say it or not, but what I was going to say is that we're gonna carry on with you doing just a sketch style, and then if we will feel like it, we will take it to the next level and do it a very detailed, nice kind of, you know, look. So it doesn't look particularly right at the moment, but let's carry on. Be brave, never like, you know, worry, just go for it. I mean, you learn on the way. We'll get there. So I'm pretty sure we will get there. As I mentioned before, I do lots of mistakes when I'm drawing, but it doesn't, like, you know, put me off. This is a very forgiving paper. Is this area under his mouth is particularly not the easiest, because in here you cannot see exactly the lines which you need to kind of draw. It's just of working with you know, shades and different colors. You kind of have to create a volume to it to show that it is actually his chin. and that's why it is a tricky area. So, but I think we're kind of getting there. Right, so, and I think we can even, so what I'm using here mostly is 3 different shades of brown, a lighter brown, a more like orangey brown, and a darker brown. I use black used a lot. I mean, I remember some time ago I watched like video, I was reading something, and it says there that you should not be using black, and I was thinking, how is that you cannot use black? But I use black. Well, I am a self-taught artist, and kind of create my rules. Yep, right, let's smash this now. So I gave a little bit of a lines. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy with what coming up on your paper, and I think I can make it like a half an hour lesson today, and we can carry on with you next time. Right, I decided to do it like this because, you know, the videos on the YouTube I watch, for example, some, you know, fitness exercises, and it's every time. I love when they do it like exactly together with us. I don't like when they say, they show the exercise and say do it 20 times and go to the next one. That means what? I have to pause, I have to, like, you know, so that doesn't work for me. And even though before I've done videos where I'm speeding up, and for me I am kind of still new to this YouTube business, but I just want to like share with you this drawings.